student do that I am telling. X minus 1 upon x minus 4 greater than 2 upon 1. And then they will cross multiply after this. They will write x minus 1 is greater than 2 times of x minus 4. This is wrong step. The reason is we don't know x minus 4. This is a variable. This is positive or negative. Because if it is negative, inequality will change. So we must never cross multiply in this way. So whenever right hand side is not 0, we must make it 0. So correct approach will be for solving this problem, write x minus 1 upon x minus 4 minus 2 greater than equal to 0. This is the correct approach. Now take LCM. So x minus 1 minus 2x plus 8 upon x minus 4 greater than 0. So now x minus 2x, what is left? 7 minus x upon x minus 4 greater than 0. This is left. Now we can solve this. 7 minus x upon x minus 4 greater than 0. So that Weber method I have explained in the previous class. What are the roots? X is equal to 4 and 7. These are the two roots. So draw a number line. Mark the roots. A smaller root left hand side 4. Larger root will be on right hand side 7. Now, if we are careful enough, what I have told you next step, third step was that choose a value of x larger than largest root. For example, in this case, you can take let x is equal to 8. You can take 9, 10. It must be larger than largest root. What is the largest root? 7. So this value of x must be more than 7. It can be 8, it can be 9, it can be 10, it can be 100, anything. So I selected 8. Now put this value here. So you will get 7 minus 8 upon 8 minus 4. So this is minus 1 upon 4, which is negative, less than 0. That means sign scheme will be here negative. After alternate, it will be positive. Here it will be negative. So this will be my sign scheme, Weber method. What I need here, you can see. What is requirement here? This must be greater than 0. One more thing I have told, x cannot be 4. Denominator can never be 0. So when this is positive in this part, this will be my answer. Here it is positive. So I will write, final answer will be x belongs to 4 to 7. Closed interval at 7, open interval at 4. This is the final answer. Of this question. Any doubt is there, you can ask. So this question was a little bit different here. The difference was right hand side was not 0. Right hand side was 2. It can be any number. Method will remain same.
Sir. Sir. Sir.
Hello, so this is clear to everybody?
Sir, how did 8 come? X is equal to 8.
No,
How did
no,
it?
no. What I'm saying is, see, one step was there. How this 8 came? The method is, I must check the signs. See, again, this step I'm again explaining. Please keep yourself muted. Otherwise, I have to mute every time. We are marking the roots on number line. So 2 roots are there, 4 and 7. I will mute then, okay? You can unmute whenever you want. Yeah, I'm explaining that how this 8 came, okay? See, 4 and 7, 7 minus x. So the method was x minus a upon x minus b. Then 2 roots are there, x is equal to a, x is equal to b. So these roots I'm marking on number line. So you can see now number line is divided into 3 parts. What are those 3 parts? One is x is on the left hand side of 4, x is between 4 and 7, and x is more than 7. Now in any part you choose a number, anywhere. So one easiest method I've told, choose a number more than largest root. That means I'm selecting a number here. So any number you can choose more than 7. You can choose x equal to 8 or 9 or 10 or 100 or 1000, any number. Now tell me which number you want to choose. Yes, tell me. You want to select 100? Yes. Yes, you were having this doubt that I'm explaining actually.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. No,
So if you,
we can't choose 100.
no, you can any number more than 7.
Okay, sir.
1000, 1 lakh, any number you can choose. The larger
Okay,
number is generally better.
okay,
Suppose
sir.
you are selecting 100. Suppose x equal to 100. Then what will happen? 7 minus 100 upon 100 minus 4. It is still negative. So
Okay,
every
sir.
time this will be negative here. That is the main reason. This is negative here. After negative, this will be positive. After this is again negative. So negative is downward. Positive this. This will be sign scheme. And what I need here, greater than 0. You can see this is greater than equal to 0. So my final answer will be greater than 0. Greater than 0 is between 4 and 7. So x belongs to 4 and 7 closed interval. Why 4 is open interval? Because it is the denominator. X cannot be 4. But x can be 7 because equality is there. So this will be my final answer. Understood now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now coming to last problem. Last problem is question number 10. This is also very important problem for concepts. Question is x square minus 5x plus 4 upon x minus 4 is greater than 0. So here numerator I have x square minus 5x plus 4. That x square minus 5x plus 4 I can write as x minus 1 into x minus 4 factors of that. Its roots are 1 and 4. So this can be written as x minus 1 into x minus 4. So this is x minus 1 into x minus 4 upon x minus 4 greater than 0. So one thing you can observe here, you can cancel this x minus 4, x minus 4. But only problem is when you are cancelling, you must write x is equal to x is not equal to 4 under this condition only. Why? Because this at x equal to 4, if you put in the original function 16 minus 20 plus 4 upon 4 minus 4 is equal to 0 upon 0. So it is undefined. So when I'm cancelling, that means I'm modifying the function. This is very, very important factor. So this remains undefined. That means I cannot put x equal to 4. So now when this is cancelling, when x is not equal to 4, next step immediately will come x minus 1 greater than equal to 0 and x cannot be 4. So x is greater than 1 this side and x cannot be 4. So at 4 it will be open interval. So the answer will be x belongs to closed interval 1 to infinity 4. This will be answer of this. One to infinity minus 4. Yes, any doubt? See, one more question I'm asking, very simple problem of this type. A similar problem. If I ask you, x minus 1 upon x minus 2 is equal to 2 minus 1 upon x minus 2. Solve it. See, very simple problem. You can observe directly. X minus 1 upon x minus 2 is equal to 2 minus 1 upon x minus 2. Suppose I have to solve. So immediately, again, what you will do? You will try to cancel this with this. Without observing that before cancelling, you must write that x cannot be equal to 2. Because if I put x equal to 2 in the function, it is not defined. And then you are getting the same solution x equal to 2, which I have to reject because of this. So finally speaking, this equation has, so this is rejected. So this equation has no solutions. Because I'm getting x equal to 2, but x cannot be 2 because it is coming in denominator, 2 minus 2, 0. So this is very, very important factor for your competitive exams. You must be very careful. Yes, everybody noted? Okay. So now I'm coming to your next chapter, that is logarithm. Okay. So just get ready for that in 1 second. So right heading now, logarithms. This is very important chapter, and in every chapter, anywhere its application may come. Anywhere in any chapter, whether it is sequence series, quadratic equation, geometry, or your complex numbers or calculus. This is the basic idea actually, basic concept. So first of all, you must not think that logarithm is something different. It is very easy topic, very easy chapter, and this comes basically from your law of indices, exponential function, law of indices, if that you have done in the 10th class. So once you know the law of indices, this chapter becomes very easy. So just I am revising the concepts of indices. So the basic idea is when you think about the logarithms, you should think about exponents. Logarithm is a inverse function of exponents. So first I am revising you the basic formulas you have already done in the law of exponents so that you can easily connect with it. So law of indices, you can say, for example, first, y is equal to a raised to power x. So this was there. This is the exponential function. So this a is called base. This is called base. A is base. And this x is called exponent or index. This you have done. So x is the input here, x is the domain, x is input, y is output. For example, y is equal to 2 raised to power x, y is equal to 3 raised to power x, y is equal to 2 raised to power minus x, like this. You put the value of x, you will get y. Then some rules you already know, laws of exponents or laws of indices under that chapter. For example, a raised to power m into a raised to power n. I think everybody knows this. You have done in 10th class. How much it is? A raised to power
m minus n.
M plus n. Powers will be added. In quotient rule, a raised to power n upon a raised to power n. It was a raised to power m minus n. And next rule was fourth. A raised to power 0 is always equal to 1. Exponent of any power is 1. Fifth was a raised to power m raised to power n. This is how much we multiply the powers. So
A
this
raised
was
to
a
power
raised to
n
power
into n.
m into n. And then negative is there. For example, 6 a raised to power minus m. I can write 1 upon a raised to power
1
n.
upon a raised to power.
And fractional exponent a raised to power 1 upon n can be written as nth root of a. So this is, you have done all this part. Now coming to logarithm, that I'm explaining now. So logs are defined in this following form. Now coming to next page. Suppose I have,
Sir, 1 minute, previous page.
yeah, okay.
Done, sir.
Okay. Suppose I have a function y is equal to a raised to power x. See, one thing I'm telling every time, that these logarithmic functions are reciprocal of inverse, not reciprocal, inverse of exponential functions. What is the meaning of that? Whenever log function is coming, first you have to think of exponential function, then they will become very easy. Then solving will be very easy. You can solve because you are very comfortable with your exponential functions. So in this, if y is equal to a raised to power x is there, its logarithmic function from here we can calculate, that will be corresponding to this function, x is equal to a raised to power, x is equal to log a y. These two functions are equivalent functions. This is a exponential functions and this is a log function. First note down this much, then I'm explaining details here. So here in the exponential function, you must have observed x can be any real number here. X can be any real number. Y is always greater than 0. Exponent can never be negative here. Same thing will apply here. Here x and y are interchanging. So here y is always positive and x can be a real number. So the logs are defined. Y is greater than 0. See, when you are reading or somebody is explaining, sometimes you try to memorize without knowing the fact why this condition is coming. So this condition is coming because, as I told, these two functions are interchangeable. From one form you can convert in this form, like that so many forms are there. So here x is equal to log a y exponential function. Here how to spell it? Log of y to the base a. Here see this a is still the base. Log of y to the base a. Here also this a was base, this is base. So here y greater than 0, here also y greater than 0. That means logs are defined for positive numbers only. And this output x can be any real number. Here x can be any real number. This can be negative, this can be negative. And here one more condition was there, a is greater than 0. Here also same condition will be there. A is greater than 0 and A is not equal to 1. Now there is some confusion. In this case, A can be 1, why A is not 1? That reason is if A is 1, this becomes a constant function. Because if A is equal to 1, y is equal to 1 raised to power x is equal to 1, which I don't want because I want all values. So that my, see what was the purpose of logs? Purpose of log was I can convert multiplication into addition problems and division into subtraction problems using the laws of exponent. For example, in exponent, a raised to power m into a raised to power n. So this is, now you have to multiply this, but this is converted into m plus n addition. A raised to power m upon a raised to power n division problem is converted into a raised to power m minus n subtraction. So division is converted into subtraction, multiplication is converted into addition. So because of these logs were developed to make calculations easy. Now here 2-3 things are there. Slowly I will go one by one. Base. There are two popular bases are there. This A, base. Just this is small thing, so I will explain this base. There are two standard bases are there. One is natural log, we call base E. This comes for natural log. Like log EX. Log EX. Natural base. Remember here one thing, this E is not that ABCDE. This E is symbol here actually. This E has some value. So value of E approximately is 2.78 approximate. This is irrational number, like you can say pi. If I ask you what is pi, 3.14, you already very well aware of that. Similarly, E is also very important. An approximate value of E is irrational, like pi. And approximate value is 2.718282. If you want, you can write so many times because it is irrational number. So we take this is number between E is greater than 2.71 and less than 2.72. That is all. This is known as Euler's number, basically. E is called Euler's number. How to calculate, that is not required now. You must have this information, that is sufficient. Another important base. Second, as I told, two bases are popular. One is this, and second base, which is popular, is 10, base 10. Like y is equal to log 10x, base 10. Bricks log. Base 10. This is also known as standard log. So whenever question comes, generally the base must be very clear. What is the base? It is not that randomly you can choose any base anytime. So to, yes, any doubt? To differentiate between them, there is no confusion. In some books, you will find that whenever this natural log is there, log Ex is written as ln x. ln x. So when ln x is there, meaning of that is base is E. When log x to the base 10 is there, it is written as log 10x if they have not specified the base very clearly. So I'm going to next page now to explain this more. So see what I have told. If I have y is equal to a raised to power x, this is equivalent to saying that x is equal to, this power comes in the front, x is equal to log y to the base a. For example, some examples I'm writing. Convert exponential form to log form. First is, we know 216 is equal to 6 raised to power 3, 216. So this if I want to convert in log form. So see, this is the x equal to 3 here. This power index will come in the front. 3 is equal to log. This 6 is the base here. So base will remain base 6, 216. You can write in this form. This is the equivalent log form of this number. Okay, 3 is equal to this index. This comes in the front here. See, 3 is equal to this. Next, more example. Second example is, if I ask you 4 raised to power 3y2 is equal to 8, write in log form. Everybody try this.
Sir,
Right?
sir,
Yes.
previous one, first one,
Yes.
the 216 should we write in the power or aside?
No, no, no. See, y is equal to a raised to power x. How you are writing? This index, this power comes in the front. So x is equal to log a y. So
Okay,
what is the
sir.
number? 216 is equal to 6 raised to power 3. So this 3 will come in the front. So 3 is equal to log. Base remains base. 6 is base. Here also base. 216. Understood? See, in this number, first of all, see what is the base here? In this is the base. So now this index will come in the front. 3 upon 2 is equal to log 4, 8. Understood? Take one more example. Third. Two raised to power minus 5 is equal to 1 upon 32. Write this. So index will come in the front. This power, that's what I'm saying every time. This power will come in the front. This is the base here. 2 is the base. So minus 5 is equal to log 2 1 upon 32. You can write in this way. So all three questions, if you observe here, this 3/2 was the index. This is coming here. Here 3 was the index. This is coming here. Here this -5 is the index. It is coming here. So -5 is equal to, here 6 was the base. So here also 6 is base. Here 4 was the base. Here 4 is the base. Here 2 is the base. So here 2 is the base. And this 216 comes inside log. Because y is equal to a raised to power x, you see, this y becomes input of this log. So this 216 is input of log. This 8 is input of log. 1/32 is input of log. So 2-3 more problems I'm asking you. Again, this concept I'm asking. If you have y is equal to a raised to power x, this is equivalent to x is equal to log a y. Now tell me 1, 2, 3 questions here. Question number 1. If you have p is equal to q raised to power z, one question. See, r is equal to u raised to power minus t. Now convert them in log form. Third question, 3 raised to power 4 is equal to 81. Write these 4 questions in log, 3 questions in log form. So in every question, this index will come in the front. So this will be z is equal to log of p to the base q. Base will remain base. Here minus t is equal to log of r to the base u. And here this. Just I change the order. So what is the base here? 4, this index. So 4 is equal to log 381. So I think now this concept must be very clear. Any doubt in this? Yes, I will make it. This is not live actually. The first I was trying to make it live, but now I will put, after the class, I will put this on the YouTube. See in these questions, see here. Okay, let's see here. See this, what I am telling. Y is equal to a raised to power x. So this is the index. Every time index come in the front here. So here what is the index? Okay, this index is z. Z is coming in the front. Index is minus t. This is coming in the front. Index is 4. So this is coming in the front. Then base. This is the base. Base will remain base. Here q is the base. Here u is the base. Here 3 is the base. So this is the q base. Here u. Here 3. Okay. So this was just conversion. Similarly, you can convert from log form to exponent form. This will also be same. Now reverse conversion. Okay, very good. Okay, so now come to reverse conversion. For example, if I ask you log 232 is equal to 5, convert this in exponential form. That means if it is given x is equal to log a y, then going back from this step to this step. So you can write 32 is equal to 2 raised to power 5. They are two equivalent statements. Because this was the index. See here what I've done. If I ask you 32 is equal to 2 raised to power 5, convert in log. How you will convert in log? This index, like this, index will come in the front. 5 is equal to log 32 to base 2. Same thing you can see. So again, coming to this next page, y is equal to a raised to power x. This implies x is equal to log a y. These are two equivalent statements. One more question, convert in exponential form. Log 5, 1 is equal to 0. This is one question. Question number 2, log px is equal to q. Question number 3, log r x is equal to t. And question number 4, log 5 under root 5 is equal to 2 upon 3. So these 3 questions are there. All 3 questions we have to convert in exponential form. That means now what is given? This form is given. X is equal to log y to the base a. So definitely this raised to power of this base. So this will be raised to power of this base. So you can write y1 is equal to 5 raised to power 0. This is the base. Here this is the base. So x is equal to, yes, very good. So x is equal to p raised to power q. So this base I'm making with green color. This is the base, this is the base, this is the base, this is the base. So this x is equal to r raised to power t, and this 5 is equal to 5 under root 5 raised to power 2 upon 3. In this form you can write. Yes, very good, correct. So now I'm coming to properties of logs. So log will be finally, log will be
Sir,
written in
one
the
sec,
form of,
previous page. Please, sir.
yeah.
Yes, sir, done. Thank you.
Okay. So now finally coming, as a standard practice, all functions are defined from x to y, like y is equal to sin x, y is equal to cos x, y is equal to x square plus 1, y is equal to 3x minus 1. That means x is always independent variable. Functions are defined in general, y is equal to fx. Some examples you have seen, x square minus x plus 1, y is equal to x plus 1 upon x plus 2, or y is equal to sin x, or y is equal to cos x. That means x is independent variable and value of y depends on x. What value of y I am choosing. So all functions are defined in the form of y is equal to fx. So this logarithm function also defined as y is equal to log ax. this, our standard representation of log. And that condition we have seen that this important conditions now. Logs are never defined for negative numbers or zero. So here important conditions are, they are very important conditions. First condition is x must be greater than 0. Second, base must be always positive except 1. Base must be positive. And third condition is base can never be equal to 1. Base must be positive. So note down these three conditions with log. Whenever we are writing log, these three conditions must be there always. Otherwise, what will happen? Log will not be defined. That means if I ask you log of -2, no answer, not possible. Why? Because logs are not defined for negative numbers. Logs are defined for positive numbers. X must be greater than 0. It may be a fraction, it may be a rational number, it may be a irrational number, but it must be greater than 0. It may be between 0 and 1, or it may be more than 1. So important thing is logs are defined for positive numbers. X must be greater than 0. Base must be greater than 0. But one more condition is there, that is base cannot be 1. After this, now come to write properties of logs. Properties of logs. Now our all questions will be based on these properties. These are the conditions when log are defined. So first property is, as we know, a raised to power 0 is equal to 1. A raised to power 0 is equal to 1. B raised to power 0 is equal to 1. If you convert this in log form, what you will get? Log of 1 to the base a is equal to 0. Log of 1 to the base a is equal to 0. Base will remain base here. Log of 1 to the base b is equal to 0. So this I am calling first property, that log of 1 to the base b is equal to 0, or log of 1 is always 0. Whatever may be the base, whether base is a or base is b. So log 1 is always equal to 0. Whether you take base e or 10 or pi, so you can say that log e1, log 10 1, or log 3 1, all are equal to 0. Second property. Log a to the base a is always 1. Because what will be its exponential form? A is equal to a raised to power 1. So for example, log 10 10 is log pi, pi is same as log 3 3. This is equal to 1. They are all equal to 1. Next, third property. Third property is log a m into n. Suppose two numbers are in product. this is equal to log a m plus log a n. In general, the proofs are not required, but if you are interested, 1 or 2 proofs I will give. Okay, how these proofs are coming. So in this proof of this, let log a m is equal to x, and so from here what you will get, m is equal to a raised to power x, and log a n is equal to x. So this gives n is equal to, see, base will remain base, a raised to power x. So if I ask what is the mn, so m into n, multiply these two, this and this, a raised to power, this is y, sorry, this is y. So this will be a raised to power y. So a raised to power x into a raised to power y is equal to a raised to power x plus y. So mn is equal to a raised to power x plus y. Convert this in log form. So this index will become base. See that property. This index, this is a x is equal to a raised to power y. So index becomes here y. So this will come in the front. This will come in the front. So x plus y is equal to, base will remain base, log a mn, and put the values of x and y. What is x is this, y is this. So log a m plus log a n is equal to log a mn. So which method we have used? Again, exponent. That is why I told logs are nothing but exponents only. Now this can be extended to any numbers. There may be 5 number, there may be 7 number, there may be 10 number. Completed this?
So 1 minute.
ए one ನಿಮಿಷ ಸೈಡ್ ಬಾ ಪುಟ್ಟ ಏ ಬೈ one ನಿಮಿಷ ಪುಟ್ಟ
Okay, see this proof part I'm again telling here. So I'm making more space so that I can write more detail. Proof part I'm again explaining here, okay? This part. So you can write again here. I will be again writing this all everything. See in this what I'm saying, with this right hand side, let us consider this quantity is x, this quantity is y. So I'm writing here let log a m is equal to x. So this will give that m is equal to a raised to power x, and log a n is equal to y. So this will give n is equal to a raised to power y. Now if I multiply both, I will get mn is equal to a raised to power x into a raised to power y. So mn is equal to a raised to power x plus y. Now what was the property? A raised to power x is equal to y. Then converting in log, what x is equal to log a y. This you have to remember. This index comes in the front. So this I want to convert in log. So this is the index. This will come in the front. That means next step I can write here x plus y is equal to log a. See this index. Index comes in the front. Like here, x is equal to log y to the base a. What is base will remain base. So now put the value of x and y. We have assumed this as x, this as y. This is x, this is y. So put this. So we'll get log a m plus log a n is equal to log a mn. That is the proof.
Sir, in the exam, can they ask all these proofs?
The proofs will not come. That is why I told you need not to worry about the proofs because they are not in your text.
Okay.
Basically, you must remember the properties.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so I'm just now I will be giving the properties only. Proofs are not required. Okay. That way I told I will give one or two proofs. All proofs are based on your exponents only. Law of indices. From here you will get, for example, one example I'm giving.
Sir, previous
If I-
page, 1 minute.
Okay.
Done, sir.
Okay. For example, if I ask you, what is the value of log 2 plus log 3? So I can write this as, sorry, this is 3 here. Base is suppose 10. Base is 10, 3. So this will be equal to log of 2 into 3 is equal to log 6. Well, log A plus log B is log AB. See, again, come to this previous page. What is log M plus log N? Log of Mn. So numbers get multiplied. Here also I have multiplied them. 2 into 3, 6. If suppose more numbers are there like log X plus log Y plus log Z, this will be equal to log of X, Y, Z. 4 numbers may be there, 5 numbers may be there, 10 numbers may be there. Base must be same. That is the main thing here. Base must be same. So here is the base, suppose A. Here also base must be A. Here also base must be A. Here also base will be A. Base must be same. For example, log 30 to the base E can be written as log E. 30 you can write 2 into 5 into 3. So this is equal to log 2 plus log 3 plus log 5. So you can see sum is converted into product. A product is converted into sum. Anything you can say. That is the reason calculations becomes easy with the log. Similarly, its next property is, I think we have done how many properties? This was third property. So fourth property. Fourth property is log A m minus log A n is equal to log A m upon n. If we divide. For example, you must keep yourself muted, everybody. For example, if I ask you log 10 7 minus log 10 5, this will be how much? Log 10 7 upon 5. This will be equal to this. Note down, then tell me. I will go to the next page.
Done, sir.
Okay. See, now what I've told, like log ABC will be equal to log A plus log B plus log C. This is clear? Now consider one case when A, B, C are equal. Then in this case, you will have log of AQ is equal to log A plus log A plus log A, because all three numbers are equal. This is equal to 3 log A. So you can see this index comes in the front. That means in general, I can write log x raised to power n. This is A. This will be n log x. This power 3 is here. This comes in the front. So this n will come in the front. So log A x raised to power n is n log x. This is your fifth property.
Sir, that you have written in the green first line, does it belongs to fifth property?
That no, that is the part of the proof actually. Property is this.
Which one, sir?
If-
From
see-
log.
See, green line belongs to this. Third property. Log A m plus log A n is equal to log A mn.
Okay, sir.
Sum is converted into product. So in the green line, what I am doing here, I am converting sum. Right hand side is the sum. Sum is converted into product. For example, if I ask you log A 5 raised to power 7 can be written as 7 log A 5. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Log E 7 raised to power minus 2 can be written as minus 2 log E 7. Or in another words, I can say that 3 log E 5. So this reverse way I can do, this I can take here also. That means this is equal to log E 5 raised to power 3. In both ways I can write it.
Sir, excuse me,
Yes.
sir. You have
Yes.
written something in the red, right? Log a to the power 3. Can you explain that again?
See what I have written here. Before that also I have written something. You can, I think, A is equal to B is equal to C.
Yes, sir.
So what will happen with log ABC here? Put ABC. Log. If all three are equal, A into A into A. Can I write?
Yes, sir.
So what is this?
Okay, sir. Understood. Understood.
This is will give me that log of A power 3 is equal to
Yes, sir.
log A plus
Plus log A.
plus
Plus
log
log
A.
A.
So this is equal to 3 log A.
Yes,
So
sir.
basically what is happening, this power is coming in the front.
Yes, sir. Okay. Thank you, sir.
So all are these examples of that. This is clear?
Yes, sir.
Here next, sixth property. See log, sometimes what happens, power may be in the base, like A raised to power m x. Then this is equal to 1 upon m log A x. Example of this, log 8 7 can be written as log 8 can be written as 2 raised to power 3. So this will be 1 upon 3 log 2 7. This I can write in this way. So if power is in the base, it becomes 1 upon m. So now this condition along with the previous one, I have two conditions. I can add both. That means if question is a log a raised to power m into x raised to power n, this will become n upon m log ax, like this. Combining both conditions.
Sir, can you explain it once more? Sixth.
See, this condition is suppose here this is log a raised to power p and x is there. Then that means this is in the base a raised to power p. This will be 1 upon p log ax. That is all. So one example I have given here like this, log 27 here 11. So I can write this as log 27 is 3 raised to power 3. 11. So this will become 1 upon 3 log 3 11. Because whatever is the power becomes 1 upon p. Another example take, if I ask you log 32 11, you can write this as log 2 raised to power 5 11. So this will become how much, tell me? 1 upon
1 upon
5,
5 log 2 raised to power 11.
not 11, log 11 to the base 2. It is
Log
not power 11.
Okay.
So now this property is clear. And then suppose x raised to power n is here. So x raised to power n will be here, and then this n will come here. So this will become n upon p log ax using the previous property. Okay, shall we go to next? Next property is seventh property. This is also very important property. A raised to power log x to the base a. Remember here, this both bases are same. A is here and log base also a. So this is x. Same thing will come. For example, 3 raised to power log 3 7. So this will cancel. This will be 7. 5 raised to power log 5 11 will be 11. E raised to power log e z will be equal to z. B raised to power log bc, this will be equal to c. But what will be conditions here? If you remembered, a must be greater than 0, a must not be equal to 1, and x must be greater than 0. These conditions will always be followed. The logs are not defined for negative numbers. So log x is there. So x must be positive. Log ax, base can never be negative, base can never be 1. One or two more laws are there, then it is over.
Sir, how do you pronounce these?
Huh?
Like b log c to the base b.
No, b raised to power, b raised to power
Okay,
log c to the base b.
okay, sir.
B raised to power log c to the base b. This is equal to c. So on this property, I'm giving you some questions now to solve based on this property only exclusively. Question number 1, simplify 3 raised to power minus 1 upon 2 log 3 9. Question number 2, two raised to power log 8 5. Question number 3, five raised to power log 5 10 plus 1. This we have to solve these three problems. So tell me the answers of these three questions. Tell me the answer of these problems. What will be the answers? See. 9, okay. 5. This 1 upon 3 is for first question or second? First. Okay, I think. Eight is for which? Second one is 15. See, now I will explain this, all these three problems. Okay. So this question, first of all, third one is 11. Okay, we will check that. All problems will check. Okay. See, first one. Can I write this question as 3? This is the power. So what was the concept? Suppose n log ax. This I can write as log ax raised to power n. So this power goes in the top. So here also this minus half also I can take to the power this. So 3 raised to power log 3 9 raised to power minus half. Can I write in this way?
Yes, sir.
So now this will be equal to simply 9 raised to power minus half. That is 1 upon under root 9 is equal to 1 upon 3. So Kishore has given the correct answer. Is it clear now? Any doubt in this first?
Sir,
Yes.
the first one, it can also be 3 log 9 base 3 to the power minus 2.
What?
Sir, like in the sixth property, it's like given as log a to the log n base a to the power m equals 1 by m log x to the log x base a.
No. That is, and see, that is no use of this. You can write that. So see, the more important thing is consider the power. 3 raised to power, how much is there? Minus 1 upon 2. Log 3, 9. This power I am talking about. This everything is to the power 3. Understood?
Okay.
So now this I will consider as n. Let n is equal to minus half.
Okay.
Then this I can take here. So this is 3 log 3. And this 9 raised to power minus half. So now I'm using this property. A log a x is equal to x. So this is equal to a log a is 3. So this is 9 minus half. This is a direct application of this property. Even if you are by solving some other concept, answer must remain same. You are getting same answer?
Yeah.
Then okay. Then because so many different ways you can apply the properties.
Okay, sir.
Now this question number 2. Question number 2, you have to apply the sixth property, that base property. This is equal to 2 raised to power log 8 must be written as 2 raised to power 3 to 5. Now here one property I have given, log a raised to power m x is equal to 1 upon m log ax. So this will be again 2 raised to power 1 upon 3 log 2 5. Again this 1 upon 3 I can take here to this top. So this is 2 raised to power log 2 5 raised to power 1 upon 3. And again this 2 will cancel out. This will be 5 raised to power 1 upon 3. Using this property, a log a x is equal to x. So x is how much? 5 raised to power 1 upon 3. Similarly, in last, you can write first, this is equal to 5 raised to power log 5 10 into 5 raised to power 1. When bases are same, power will be added. So this is 10 into 5 is equal to 50. Here, what is x? This is the x 10. Any doubt in these 3 problems? Yes, any doubt in these problems?
No, sir.
Because
No, sir.
afterward our all questions will be based on properties, and there are 8 or 10 properties are there. So this requires a lot of practice. So for that, what I will do, I will be sending you one sheet today also. So that sheet you must solve. There will be around 10 problems every day I will send. Only 10 problems I will send. Just solve them. Okay. Next, So I've given these two properties I'm writing here. One property is this last property. This was very important property. A raised to power log a x is equal to x when a is greater than 0, a is not equal to 1, and x is greater than 0. This was the property. Now, seventh or eighth property, which property is now? Eighth property, next, eighth. After this, one last property we will have. Base changing. This is very, very important. Base changing property. In base,
A log A x is not a property.
this was the seventh property. This was the, see, this was the last property I've discussed here. This a log a x is equal to x. Just I have repeated that there. Okay.
Okay, sir. Yes.
So that was the seventh property. Eighth property is base changing. That means sometime we need to have different base. Sometime we need to have different base. See, all this thing, whatever I'm teaching today is not part of your syllabus, but without this, you cannot solve anything afterwards. So many questions will be there based on these properties. If you are solving these basic things, basically, in general, we are teaching all this to our 9th and 10th class students. Better, some of you may not have done it. That is why I'm explaining all this detail, everything. Otherwise, this is part of our foundation part. In foundation means 9th and 10th, we teach all this. So that students need not to do it again. But as most of you have not done, so I'm explaining in detail. One more class will be required actually for logs, because log equations will be there. So base changing property, that means sometime we need to change the base. So here there are two particular formulas are there. One is log a b can be written as log b upon log a, and in the right hand side you can choose any base. Like you want to choose base c, you can have c. For example, this you can take as log b upon log a. Base can be 10 also. If you want 10, you want e, base can be e, any base can be there. Log b upon log a. This is one concept. For example, log 3, 7. You can write log 7 upon log 3. Base depending on the requirement we can have. I can have base 5, I can have base e, I can have base 10. Any base can be there on the right hand side. And a second property is I can write log AB is equal to 1 upon log BA. A and B interchange. For example, this will be same as 1 upon log 7, 3. 3 and 7 interchange, you can see. Now see the effect of this. What will be the impact of this? Now, if I combine these two results, I can write log AB is equal to log CB into log AC. In this way also I can write. How this is coming? This is coming from this second step, this. Log AB is equal to log CB upon log CA. And this log, this 1 upon, I'm taking to numerator. So A and C will interchange. This will interchange. A and C will interchange. Proof is very easy. This is log B upon log C. This will be log C upon log A. So this will cancel. This is log B upon log A on B.
Sir,
Yes.
then you have written log A B is equal to log CB is equal dot log AC. That belongs to first property.
Yeah, yeah. You can say this is eighth property basically.
Yes, sir.
Base changing.
Eighth subproperty, first one.
No, it is mixing of both now, first and second.
Okay, sir.
Because you see, 1 upon log C, this I am writing. Sorry. This I am writing denominator that I am taking to numerator using the second property.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Got it.
See here, the concept is I can write this, a loop formation will be there. What is the loop formation? For example, this is log B to the base C, log C to the base A. This loop formation can go to any extent. For example, C. I can write log 3, 5 is equal to log 2, 5, log 10, 2, log 11, 10, and log 3, 5. This will be C. Log 3, 11. How to check this is same? You can expand. This is log 5 upon log 2. This is log 2 upon log 10. This is log 10 upon log 11. This is log 11 upon log 3. So you can see this will cancel, this will cancel, this will cancel. How much is left? Log 5 upon log 3. And this is equal to log 5, 3. So here observation is 2. This is basis 2, this 2 goes here. 10 basis 10, 10 goes here. This is 11, 11 goes here. That means there must be a loop formation.
843.
One question I am taking based on this property. See, question is simplify log 3, 4, log 4, 5, log 5, 6, log 6, 7, log 7, 8, and log 8, 9. This is equal to how much? So you can solve this. This first part will be log, yes, correct, very good, upon log 3, yes, Sanjay, correct, into log 5 upon log 4, into log 6 upon log 5, into log 7 upon log 6, log 8 upon log 7, log 9 upon log 8. So you can see these will cancel out this diagonal. Or directly also you can observe this loop formation. 4 will cancel. 4 will cancel. 5 will cancel. 6 7 7 8 8. So this is nothing but log 9 upon log 3, and this is equal to log 3 9. This is equal to log 3 3 square. This is equal to 2 log 3 3, and this will be equal to 1, because we know that log a is always 1. So this is equal to 2. This is clear? No?
Yes, sir.
Okay, solve one more problem. Find the value of log 2 log 3 81. Next, log 6 216 under root 6. One is 2. Yes. So
The
this
first
is
one is 2.
what is the answer of first one?
2.
Yes, correct. Very good. So first one we can solve in this way. Log 2 log 3 81 can be written as 3 raised to power 4. So this will be log 2, and this 4 will come in the front, log 3 3, and log 3 3 will be 1. So this is log 2 4. This is log 2, and 4 is 2 square, so this is 2 log 2 2. So this is equal to 2. This is the first one. In second one, you have to observe that 216 is equal to 6 cube. Yes, 3 by 2. Yes, correct. So 216 into under root 6 will be 6 cube into 6 raised to power half is equal to, no, 6 raised to power 3 plus half is equal to 3 raised to power 7 upon 2. 6 raised to power, sorry. 6 raised to power 7 upon 2. So this is a log 6 raised to power 7 upon 2. So this will be 7 upon 2 log 6 is equal to 7 upon 2. So Kishore, I think second answer you have done some mistake here. So second answer is 7 upon 2. Now see, one last problem I'm taking. Very important problem. And afterward, we'll finish the class. After that problem, listen this question, everybody, very carefully, how to solve this type of questions. Question is compute log 16 to the base 6 if log 27 to the base 12 is equal to a. That means we have to find the value of this expression in terms of a. In terms of a, I have to find value of this expression. So let us first simplify this expression. What is this? So if you simplify this expression, log a is equal to log 12 27. See, the best method is break into the smallest possible prime numbers.
3 cube.
Yes, very good. So you can write this as log 27 upon log 12. Base can be anything. So this is equal to log 3 cube upon log 2 into 3 into 4. So this is into 3. This form I can write. So this is 3 log 3 upon 2 log 2 plus log 3. Understood, everybody? This step. So now what I will do here is divide by log 3, both numerator and denominator. So this will be 3 upon 2 log 2 upon log 3 plus 1. And this is equal to 3 upon 2 log 3 2 plus 1. This is equation number 1. This is A. No, I am dividing by log 3. This is a log 3. Both numerator and denominator. So log 3 upon log 3 will be 1. Now you cross multiply. So what you will get? A plus 2a log 3 2 is equal to 3. So from here 2a log 3 2 is equal to 3 minus a. So log 3 2 is equal to 3 minus a upon 2a. This is equation number 2. Now let us see what I have to calculate. I have to calculate value of log 16 to the base 6. This is equal to log 16 upon log 6. This is 4 log 2 upon log 2 plus log 3. Now here you divide by log 2. So 4 upon 1 plus log 3 upon 2. So log 2, 3. This value you can put here. So this is equal to 4 upon 1 plus. See, base changing formula. What I have told here, this will be 1 upon reciprocal of this. This is same as 1 upon log 2, 3, base changing formula. So log 2, 3 will be equal to 2a upon 3 minus a. Now you can solve it. So this will be equal to 4 into 3 minus a upon 3 minus a plus 2a. So this is equal to 4 into 3 minus a upon 3 plus a. This understood, or shall I solve it again?
So could you explain what is in the right hand side?
Okay, see
I
this
mean,
from
that
this part I
from
will
that.
explain.
Okay.
This part I will explain, okay, from this side. So you can write again, no problem. Yes, I'm explaining the last 2-3 steps. This part I'm explaining. Okay. See, when I'm dividing by this, so what I will get? Divide by log 3. So 3 upon 2. Log 2 upon log 3. You can write log 3, 2 plus 1. A is equal to A. So if you cross multiply, this will give you A plus 2a log 3, 2 is equal to 3. So from here you will get 2a log 3, 2 is equal to 3 minus a. So from here log 3, 2 is equal to 3 minus a upon 2a. If I reciprocate, I will get log 2, 3 is equal to 2a upon 3 minus a. This is one equation. Because I know log a x is equal to 1 upon log x a. So I'm reciprocating using this property. Now I will write what I log 6 16. This is log 6 2 raised to power 4. So this is 4 log 2 upon log 6. 6 is 2 into 3. That will be shared to you okay today. So 4 log 2 upon log 2 plus log 3. 6 is 2 into 3. Divide by log 2. So this is 4 upon 1 plus log 2, 3. Because I am dividing by log 2. Log 3 upon log 2 is log 2, 3. And log 2, 3 is here. Equation number 1. This value put. So this is equal to 4 upon 1 plus log 2, 3 is how much? 2a upon 3 minus a. Take LCM. So 4 into 3 minus a plus 2a. So this will be 4 into 3 minus a upon 3 plus a. This is the answer of this. So value of this expression is equal to 4 into 3 minus a upon 3 plus a. So this is clear to everybody? For your practice, I will be sending some questions. The student must practice it. See, without practice, these particular formulas, you will not know how to apply them, when to apply. So learning formula is one part, and learning application, under what conditions this formula will be used, is second part. So next class also we will continue with the logs. Okay. Any doubt in today's class? So with this, I am finished.